Happy Thursday. So excited to be here and talk about my favorite thing to talk about, which is my morning routine, but also morning routines that I've learned from other people. So I'm just trying to get my Facebook group up so I can actually see the comments. So give me one second. Okay. So I can actually see the comments too as they come in since the names don't come through on this end because I'm going live in multiple places. So if you're on, comment hello. If you're doing the live or you're doing the replay, comment replay, all of that so that we can get going. So I'm super excited though to talk about this because I am asked this all the time, like every week. Every week I am asked, hey, Laura, I'm asked, how do you do this, Liz? Like, how do you run things? Little backstory here. I started implementing what I'm about to teach you a couple of years ago. I'm a single mother. My son is incredibly busy. Like this morning, we did, yeah, Carolyn, it's live. It is live. Hi. So we do a lot of things like this morning. He had private lessons for soccer before school. He does soccer, karate, MMA, tutoring because he's in all advanced classes. So it just kind of keeps him in the know. I mean, when I tell you that I do a lot of things just outside of work, and then on top of it, I run two multi-million-dollar businesses. I let go of the third this year just so I could focus on the two and multiple streams. And it's just been a lot of fun, but it can be a little crazy, right? I'm constantly busy. And one of the things that ladies ask is like, what do you do in the morning? Because you always show up, right? Like I'm always showed up and I show up well. I feel like I show up well. And so they're like, what do you do to really like show up? And I heard this quote at a luncheon, an REIW luncheon a long time ago, which was when I win the morning, I win the day. And that is something that without fail, I stand by because at that point I was new into the mindset stuff. This was like 2018, 2018. And I was new to my morning routines and sticking to things and all of that. So it was really important for me to kind of like, I quote that a lot. And these are the rituals that I do. And I will also talk about rituals that I know Laura does, but I will also talk about rituals that I know other successful friends of mine do so that you kind of get like a mix of things depending on who you are in your time. Now, one of the things that I want to say though, that this was something that did not just happen all of a sudden. It was a gradual thing of how I set up my mornings, but these work. And anyone that says that if you don't have a morning routine, you know, that it won't work. It's not that it won't work. It's just why would you want to just start and immediately jump into chaos? You want to start from a place of like rest and you want to start your day feeling less stressed. And the best way to do that is to kind of work on you. Um, and what happened was is what I noticed that my goals were more straightforward. I felt more in alignment with what I was doing. I wasn't feeling like I was constantly rushing or forgetting things. And I was actually meeting targets. I was meeting goals and I was doing things on a much higher level because I was working on myself every morning. And you can't lose when you work on yourself. So we got where I got the actual steps from was long before I read the book, but it was The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I was already doing a lot of the stuff before I, came across the book. But there are 6 steps that he states every morning that you should do, even if you spend 1 minute doing each step. Now, I spend several hours and people find that insane. But again, remember, I built up to it. So I started waking up early. I wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. Everybody is different. I'm telling you what works for me. I'm just going to say that one more time before we get in. I'm telling you what works for me. So I get up between 4 and 5 a.m. every single morning. I don't wake up my son now till 8 because middle school doesn't start till 9:45 where I'm at. And so I have these hours to do my things. And I really work on this. Now, the first thing that I do without fail is I start reading. And I don't just read like my fun books. Those are later in the day, like what you read for fun. These are books that will make me better as a person. So they're personal development, they're books on like real estate investing, they're books on things that I'm interested in that are business related. They're books on personal development, like, Rich as Fuck, as you guys know, and books on that level, Millionaire Success Habits. those kind of books. So I read always something that is going to make me better, that expands my knowledge, that makes me a better person, that opens up my eyes to things that I could do better. I'm always trying to be a better person. And so it's something that in some way will get me farther. And let me know while we're talking. Like I love seeing comments of where people come in and let me know what lands for them, what helps them. So feel free to comment. It will not distract me because I'm going to stay on task and then I can answer questions. But let me know what hurts. So I read. Then I will journal about what I read or what I'm going through or goals and things like that. I will write down every single day. I have a full book that says like gratefulness. And anyone that has followed me for a long time, I say this all the time. I say these 6 steps. Why? Because I actually practice them. I actually do them. So I'm not teaching you something I don't do. You guys all know that this is something I have given my success to, is how I set up my morning and how I set myself up to be a better person. So you know I'm doing this, like the gratefulness I write every single day. So we have like the reading, the journaling. I do visualization. Basically, you can start with just how you want your day to turn out. You can visualize your best day. You can visualize something you're trying to manifest as if you already have it. I actually do this. I'm a daydreamer. I just do this throughout the day naturally. I do this right before I go to sleep. And I started making time to do this in the morning, which is funny is I'm a daydreamer, but I do what I dream about. Like I push forward on all the steps to get me to the daydreaming I'm doing. So you kind of have the daydreaming going on, but you have this set time to visualize, even if it's for a minute. And then you do affirmations. Everyone knows I love affirmations, that I share affirmations. I do affirmations every single morning in the Facebook group. And it's just something that I, without fail, love, love, love to do. And so affirmations actually change the chemistry in your brain. And it moves you forward in a way that starts convincing your brain, yourself, to believe what you're telling it, because your brain doesn't know the difference. Okay. Your brain does not know the difference of what you're telling it versus what is real. So whatever you repeat to yourself, whatever you say, whatever you do is what you believe, good or bad. And so affirmations. The next thing is meditation. I'm not great at this. I'm really not good at meditation. My brain goes a million miles a minute. It's exhausting for most people in my life because I think different things, but I still attempt. And if I'm just not in that zone, it's great. I let it go. But meditation is something that makes your body calm down so you can receive answers to what you're trying to get. Okay. So we have that. And then we have exercising. Get out and do something. It does really, it does really good for you to get out and do and move your body. Even if you can't get out, do something to move your body forward every single day. Okay. So they're the 6 steps that I do without fail. If you need the PDF, I actually dive really deep into a lot of this and how you can apply this to real estate in the PDF. So just comment, I need the PDF on this, and I'll make sure you get it. Now, I put also affirmations in there, some of my favorites in there, and things like that. So kind of keep that in mind, that there's a much more stuff in that PDF that you can download. You just have to comment you want it, and my team will get it to you. But these rituals, one of the things, I'll give you some tips on how to start if you're not doing it, is do one at a time. Don't start doing all 6. It's really hard to stick to something. But if you're trying to throw it all at once when it's something you're not used to. The other tip I would give is start waking up a little bit earlier every day. One of the things about waking up early is there's a science behind that, right? There's a science behind waking up early, what it does for your body, brain, but also the world is quiet. The world is much quieter when you wake up. And I don't turn on music, and I'm a music person. Music plays all day. I would play it on the background of this, even in the back. But then you get copyright issues, so can't do that. But one of the things I say is that I just really love the science behind the quietness and being able to start your day right. And I feel like Hunter and I are not rushing. I'm not yelling, trying to get out the door. There's beauty in the silence. Okay. So we have that. And then Laura, she does the same 6 steps. She's not on today. And the reason she's not on is she's in another meeting, and I can handle this because I'm the one that talks a lot on this stuff. So, but one of the things is I told her not to even worry about getting on. It's because I know her routine. She does very similar things. Now she's gotten better. She's gotten older, but she was not a morning person for the longest time. So she did this once she got up. So you can do this once you get off if you're not rushed. But if you're somebody that feels like you get up and you have to move immediately, you want to start doing something, a little thing here. The other thing is you can't go wrong with taking care of yourself. You can't go wrong with the self-love that you have. So keeping that in mind, that whenever you take care of yourself, you can take care of other people a lot better. Um, I know people like Warren Buffett that does a similar routine. He has his own ritual. You have to find what works for you. I don't know Warren Buffett like that, but I mean, like, I know that he has a set routine. Anyone that I know, all of my coaches, pretty much, anyone I know very successful, they have this ritual that they do every single day without fail. Okay. They do this every morning. And when they do it, what do you think happens? Right? So their day just runs smoother. That does not mean chaos isn't going to happen. It's life. Chaos happens. But it just, you feel like you could handle it better when you're really ready to go. So I hope that this section was great. And I tell you right now, this is exactly what I give all my success to. I think it's the reading of the books. I've really mentally have leveled up. And I tell my students all the time, I can hand you a really successful, I can hand you my business, my multi-million-dollar wholesaling business to you. But if you don't have the mindset to handle it, you're going to run that business into the ground. You have to become somebody that can handle the type of business you're asking for. You know, you've seen people that all of a sudden became millionaires and they lost it all. Like, they won the lottery and they went and spent it all and they were back to where they started. So you have to become someone that can handle the life you're asking for. And that's why you build up to it. That's why you do one deal, then you're doing 5 deals, then you're doing 10 deals. So you kind of move forward in a way that helps you. And so I wanted to kind of talk about that. It also just mentally helps you feel good. Like, I've seen people like self therapy themselves into being better people and working on themselves. I would never ever say do that. I believe in therapy. But I've seen the change in other people when they start doing that. And I've had students practice this and immediately say, this, my whole day went better because of this. This also helps you plan better. You have time to look at your schedule for the day, see what's, double booked or things like that, or overlapping, and you just feel good for the day. And this is how you get set. This is how you have the success that you are looking for. And even me, I still look at what more successful people are doing, because on the grand scheme of things of where everyone else is, I am not at the level of success that a lot of other people are. Now, I'm great. I'm grateful for where I'm at, but I know there's room for growth. And so you always want to kind of like look into that and work on that and fix, where you can and do better and so forth and so forth. But one of the things you have to do is really take this to heart. And it's going to be weird in the morning, and you may miss some mornings, or you may go a week or two. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave that. So I would say that this is a good start, but these are rituals that work. These are something that I do, that a lot of people do, that work. So it's affirmations, it's reading, it's journaling, it's exercise, it's visualization, right? These are all things that work for you. Meditation, you can tell that that's not the one that I love the most. I know the benefits of it. So I hope this was helpful. You're welcome to ask questions. But this is something I'm asked every day. How do you do this? How do you run all these things? Well, I give it all to this step right here. Now, on Sundays, it's a lot longer for me because I plan my whole week and I plan when I'm going to do things and I set things up. But that's a whole other thing on time management. We're talking rituals, morning rituals. Now, I've seen people do it at night. I just don't feel it's as successful for me. When I do this at night, I feel like how you start your day is how the rest of the day is going to go. And so I always make sure I start my day well. So I hope that this was helpful. What I'm going to do now is talk a little bit about our raffle, and then something very cool that's coming up for REIW, but I'm trying to get my raffle pulled up. So give me 1 second here. Now, the cool thing about the raffle is that we, give me 1 second, I'm trying to pull it up. Let's see. I basically set you up for success in here, meaning that I have the book on Miracle Morning. So you have that going. And I have my recording of me talking about time management. I have set you up with a habit tracker. So you get the habit tracker. I also have gotten you the REIW mug. So you're actually going to get the mug as well. So let me get this pulled up. Here's the image. It's coming, I promise. So you're also going to get the mug as well. And so this will all be shipped to you. You have 1 week to claim. So all you have to do is be in our Facebook group, fill out the 3 questions if you're not in there, start commenting, and we take the top 3 commenters of the week and we announce the winner. So our winner is Marta. So Marta Otero, I think is your name. Marta Tammy Otero. I hope I said your last name right. You are our winner. Congratulations. Thank you for interacting in the Facebook group. So you'll get all of that sent to you as soon as possible. Now, I have a 5-day masterclass coming up. I think you've seen our 5-day series throughout this week of where we're talking about what's going on and how things are working and all of that. So we're going to be live later today on day 4 topic next week that we'll dive in deeper. But it's $7. It teaches you, the basics for each strategy so that you could get in. We're going to do live Q&A. And it really just sets you up for success. Again, it's only $7. The recordings are in for the whole week if you can't make it live. I actually just did the pre-masterclass live today at 10, so you could go in and still get access to that. But I'm super excited about that. I'm covering wholesaling, buy and hold, fix and flip, Airbnb, arbitrage. I'm bringing in guest speakers that are my coaches so that you can learn from others. It's Laura and I are led. Yes, it's live. I was asked that the other day. It's live. You will see. I will actually address you guys into the comments who's commenting. So I was just asked that. So yes, it is actually us. We are actually live every single day. And it's just basically a week of getting to learn. So if you are new or you're wanting to really level up your real estate career, maybe you're interested in making this virtual or attracting more deals, getting more deals, then this would be the class for you. This is not just for beginners. And we're going to talk everything, even creative financing. So if you're interested in private money and raising money so that you can exponentially grow, this is for you. So there's a lot of exciting things. I'm also doing raffles and all kinds of stuff. So when I say there's a lot going on, there's a lot going on. So I don't see any questions coming in. I did see the feedback though. Thank you, Laura, Kathy, Wendy, about your feedback on everything. That was really great to see. And Tracy, glad you love meditation. I'm looking at the comments for the group here because I can't see the names on this, but I'm glad I hope this was helpful. I hope you could take this and run with it. And let me know if you have any other questions. I will check out the chat as I can. But I'm telling you now, if you can get a morning routine of some level into fruition for you, you will see your life change just like that. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Just start working on yourself, set time a little aside. People pray that, your morning prayers, that's a morning ritual that people do all the time. So again, hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments and I will see some of you for the masterclass. Otherwise, I will see the rest of you at 11 a.m. Eastern. Students, I see you every day. So bye everyone. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.